2 microphones,
2 Amandas,
and some seriously entertaining tales. I'm Amanda Wedekamp.
and I'm Amanda Stanzione.
We know stories connect us all.
And we realized we have a mountain of stories to share. So buckle up,
And brace yourself for a wild ride.
because we've got a lot to say and probably too much to share. All right, for all of our listeners who heard our episode about the girls' trip to Mexico last year.
Yes.
This is how this episode got started.
Exactly.
Okay, so when we were in Mexico, there were these animals that looked like trash raccoons. Yes. And they were called white-nosed coyotes.
Yes.
Okay? And they were running everywhere.
And there were a million of them.
There was probably, well, you know what? There were a lot.
A
More
lot.
than we could count.
More than we could count.
Right. And they were everywhere. And so you were horrified.
And on high alert.
And high alert. If a bird even came near our chair,
Yes.
you were like, "Bow,
Yes.
get away." So we started talking about how funny it would be if you were at a wild animal safari. So that's gone on for months, just kind of the wild animal safari. Oh, we should take Amanda.
And we're sharing reels back and forth
Oh,
of these people going to
on these, and just how crazy it is with the animals with their heads inside the
Yes.
cars. So we're playing Mahjong a couple weeks ago. We bring it back up and say, you know what? We should do this wild animal safari. So we mobilized.
We did.
And within 6 days, the 4 of us got in a car and drove 2 hours to South Georgia to do a wild animal safari
Yes, we did.
as grown women.
And I was not excited about it at all.
But you agreed to do it.
I know.
But we also didn't give you a lot of time to worry.
No,
it was
right.
like 6 days later.
Yes, it was like, we're doing it, and I show up to Kim's house.
Yes,
And
okay.
she looks adorable. She's got this
Oh,
cute
yeah.
little camo jacket on and jeans. Meanwhile, I'm in the grossest of gross clothes because I have no idea what I'm about to get into. I'm thinking these animals are going to be climbing on me or spitting on me or drooling on me.
Yeah.
And I walk in, I'm so stressed that I don't even say hello to her daughter or husband.
Right.
I'm just like, Kim, what are you wearing? You know? And then I was like, oh, sorry. Hi. Sorry. I'm really anxious right now.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
bad habits come out when I'm anxious.
Gosh. Your little stress behaviors.
Yes.
I remember showing up. Christy and I got there at the same time that we all get in Kim's car and we're like, let's get on to South Georgia.
Yes.
And it was wild because we kept thinking, are we going to take Kim's car
Right.
through? Because you drive through this wild animal safari. And first you're like, okay, how wild can it be? Like, what kind of animals do they
Right.
have there? But if they have some real wild animals, I mean, they have zebras.
Yes.
So do we want to drive her car through? So luckily, once we got there, they had these little minivans.
Yes.
That looked like they were cars that you could hotwire back in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, from Jurassic Park
From
time.
yes. And they were even painted like
Yes,
zebras.
yes.
But the windows were completely out. Like
Yep.
there just weren't any windows. But they had the silver bars.
Yes.
Kind of like the animals could still get their heads in.
They could.
But it wasn't like if your
full head.
Right. It wasn't like if your window was rolled down.
Right.
So I was grateful that we decided to do that.
Was 100%
Yes,
grateful
yes.
because they were already in. They were already getting
Yes.
in. And I'm like, can you imagine if they didn't have these bars?
No, I can't.
Right.
So, all right. So we get there. We rent the van, which was only $30. I was
Right.
thrilled. Like
Totally
this was
worth
not
it.
expensive at all. Like this
No.
was not an expensive trip. So anybody who's thinking of wild animal safari, Pine Mountain, South Georgia, do it. It's so great.
Yes.
So we rent the van and we start to go through, and I love that Kim was just taking her sweet time. Now, Christy and I are in the back.
Yes.
You're in the passenger seat. Kim is driving.
Right.
And as you freak out throughout the trip, I am so glad I wasn't driving because I would have felt sorry for you. And the minute you're like, drive.
Yes.
I think I would have been like, oh, okay, let's drive. Amanda's not happy. Like, that's not great. Kim's like, laissez-faire.
Yes.
She was, in fact, she purposefully would not move on.
Right.
She just, and then
She's
she
like,
kept
look at these babies. Come over
Yes,
here.
and she
you
would
sweet
bang on the side of
baby."
the door. Come over.
And I mean, she obviously loved these animals.
She did.
She
She
was
did.
so excited.
She was.
She's like, this is the best thing. And I'm just like, drive the car. Let's drive. Can we drive? You need to drive. She's like, we're going. And I'm like, you're not going fast enough.
You were so cool though with the food, because all right, so they also give you these bags of feed, and
Yes.
and for anyone who's going, just know that you either need to get more feed than you think you need, or you have to ration it.
Yes, we did not buy enough feed.
Right.
Which, here's the coolest thing. They gave us this bag, okay?
Yeah.
So on YouTube, you can see the bag. It's a reusable Pine Mountain, Georgia bag. It's got a giraffe on it. And this has been in my car since, okay?
Okay.
Wait till you see. Look what I have.
No.
I have the food.
You know what's crazy?
One piece of food left over.
That looks like a wine cork.
It
Like
does.
from a wine bottle. That's exactly what it looks like,
Yes.
is the cork in a wine bottle.
I looked in this today and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to pull this out on camera.
Of course.
Gross.
I love it. But that was, the fact that it's kind of long like that was
Yes,
good, because then
helpful.
you can, helpful. Yeah.
Helpful.
But they did say you can feed them out of your hand except for
Yes.
the zebras, the ostriches?
I think so. I
Or
have the
even-
brochure. Let's look.
Oh, okay.
These animals can bite or peck when they eat. Zebras,
Okay.
donkeys, ostriches, emus, and camels. You can still feed them, but do not hand feed them or put your fingers inside their mouth. Who's putting fingers in their mouth anyway?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we accidentally did a few times. Like, I mean, when they went to, I remember the water buffalo had a very wide mouth. It was probably one of my favorites to feed because it just opened its mouth really wide, and I just, bloop, just
Yes.
shot one in there, and it was no big deal.
And I mean, I don't even remember reading this because, like, my sensory system was so on overload. My anxiety was so high that I'm just like, I don't know what are the animals. We're not supposed to feed any of them. We
Right.
don't feed them. And then on the video, you can hear me going, you're not supposed to feed them. And you're like, no, we can feed them. Just don't put your hand near their mouth. And I'm like,
Right.
you're right. Okay, sorry. Can we be done? Like
Right.
the first one.
Right, the
I'm like,
first
we
one.
did it. Can we be done?
Right. You
We
were
did
like,
it.
good. Is this a cow? This looks
is
like a
all we
brown
did.
cow. I
Yes.
think this is great. But what's wild is how many animals they had there. Like when you pull in, there's deer. And you're
Yes.
like, oh, there's some with antlers. Like, this is cool, but it's deer. But then they have the zebras, and
Yes.
that's cool because the zebras are so trained to eat the food that they turn their head sideways
Yes.
and open their mouth so that you could shoot the food in there, which I think is hilarious.
And their teeth were like Mr. Ed. Remember
Yes,
the talking
yes,
horse?
yes.
Like they're perfectly lined
They are.
teeth.
They are.
That was crazy.
It is wild. It looks like all these zebras have been wearing braces.
Yes.
Like their teeth are
Yes.
great.
And the list of animals here.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fact that there were water buffalo, bison.
Yes.
Like what were the ones that were laying down for a while with the horns?
Elk, maybe?
No, let me
I
see
don't
that
know.
brochure.
Yeah. We had so many. There's 18 different animals, it looks like, on that brochure. And again, I'm not trying to identify the animals as we're driving. I'm sitting there going, okay, they're right here. I gotta pay attention.
It doesn't even matter. The wildebeest.
Oh,
is
the
what I was-
wildebeest.
Yes, which I also thought was wild. I'm like,
Yes.
there's a lot
I mean,
of.
those are wild animals.
They are wild
These were
animals.
not just like, I'm thinking sheep,
No.
you know, cows. Like, I'm thinking it's a farm.
No, it's called a wild animal safari.
Yeah, I
not,
thought
not a farm ride.
Fake.
Right.
You know, I thought it would be like fake animals.
No, when we were driving and the bison was in the middle of the road, that
Yes.
white, and it just, Kim drives right past it and puts her hand out to pet it, just like,
I know.
oh, just feeling its fur.
And Kim was so cute because she's calling the animals and she's like, breakfast, eggs and bacon, mimosas, orange juice. And I'm like, you're just way too cute right now. I am miserable.
You're like, drive.
Drive.
I will say some of the best parts, though, is when Kim would have one sticking its head in, and then you would too. So the two of you are crushing each other in the middle of this van. I mean, screaming. And then the one that had the huge tongue that like
Yes.
stuck out and wrapped around the food and sucked it back in.
It was so long.
And at the time that one touched Kim's finger, another animal like got close to your
Yes,
ear. So
and it
tell us about
whispered-
that. Like, what
Yes.
were you doing? Like, were you
So-
just not looking?
Right. I'm like thinking of Kim talking about this tongue, right? And you can even see on the video I'm like petting her hair.
Yes.
I'm petting Kim's hair because I'm nervous. And then all of a sudden I hear this something in my ear. And of course I joke that the animal's like, I'm going to kill you. But it just breathed in my ear so you
Yes.
could hear the rush of
Yes.
breath, like a mosquito
Yes.
almost in your ear. And it freaked me out. So
Yeah.
I jumped to the middle and she's like, I touched his tongue. And I'm like, it breathed in my ear.
Yes.
And I mean, we are one. We have become one.
And Christy and I are in tears in the back, just laughing so hard at the two of you.
yes.
I mean,
and there was one time where Christy says, or maybe you did, what would you do if the van broke down right now? And
Christy
I'm
said
like,
that.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
We're not playing these games.
No,
like, I have
because
no answer.
these animals come up to the van because they're trained to know, like, you're going to feed them.
Yes.
So they come to your van looking for food. This is why you have to either get enough feed or you have to ration it, because by the end
we were low.
Yes. So you had to, like, because they're running up to the car like, give me the food, give me the food.
And if you only have the crumbs at the end, they're not these long pieces. And so you're like trying to just barely throw it into their mouth.
It's like a third of a wine cork.
Yes.
You know, then you can't, like, feed it. You're just like throwing it out there, like, get away,
get away. Now we need to talk about the camels.
Oh, gosh. Can we first, before that, say that there was the cutest little llama?
Yes.
And I remember it had the tiniest little teeth, and it came up to Christy's side, and she gave it this little piece of food, and it just stood there and chewed for so long because it just was having a hard time.
Yes.
And that really was probably the cutest animal.
And what was the kids' movie that had the llama? Do you remember the Disney movie?
No.
Okay,
that had a llama?
Yeah,
the
let's
Disney?
think about it. Remember, and I think Eddie Murphy did the voice.
No, that was Shrek, and he was a donkey.
Oh, no, there's one with a llama.
Oh, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, Shrek.
And there was the Emperor.
Okay, that one does not ring a bell for me.
Well, anyway, the animated llama is perfect replication of the way they chew.
That was the cutest
It was bananas to me because they don't chew up and down. Their
they
jaws
chew
go
around.
back and forth.
Yes. It looks like
they were cute.
They were very
cute.
And
the deer were cute.
Yes.
I mean, they're just a lot. Like,
there were a lot of deer.
They just kept coming.
Yes.
Just all the animals kept coming.
because you couldn't really focus on one or the other because they all just were there.
And let's talk about the birds.
Okay. Now, I will say, I'm so glad that all four of us were like, oh, that's a no, that's a nope.
The ostrich or the emu, we weren't sure which it was.
Right.
But even Kim was like, oh, no, we're driving right past that.
Which I appreciated that because I was not into the emu. And I thought, well, if she's going to, come over here, bacon, mimosa.
She said, I saw, and it had evil eyes.
Right. And I was like, yes, it did.
It did.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Keep
and
driving.
there were multiple times where we're like, bird, pay attention to the bird. She's like, I'm on it. I'm on the bird. Meanwhile, she's going so slow that there are cars backing up behind us.
Yes.
And I'm going, Kim, you got to go faster. And she's like, they're fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
And then she pulls to the side so they can go around.
Yes.
So that we can continue to go slow.
So slow.
So she lets them go around. Yeah. Okay. Camel. Okay.
We start with Amanda going, I don't even know how you feed a camel.
Yes.
Like, I'm not sure about this.
Because I didn't know if it could get its head down far enough to the car because it just seemed wild to me. Like, how are we going to feed this camel?
Yes.
I've never done this.
Right.
And then it showed me real quickly how it's going to do.
Yep.
And its head came right down.
So we first see the slobber.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
That's the first thing we realized. There's just slobber coming off
and
this
the slobber, though, I can't explain. It looked like, in Halloween where they have all of the, like they sell at the Party City big balls of white. It looks like cotton.
Yes.
And you pull it, you stretch it to make it like spider net.
Webs.
Yes. That's what it looked like in his mouth.
Yes, it did.
And I was like, oh, gosh.
It really did. It looked like slime that was connected.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
As the camel opens its mouth, slobber is just connected and there's like strings of it.
But it clearly wants food.
I feel like you're going to throw up right now.
I really feel like, I know. I just, when I bring myself back there, and I kept thinking, okay, if I just can shoot this into its mouth, shoot the food. Like, you're not obviously going to touch it. Just like throw.
Right, because it's on the list of
don't feed it out of your hand. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me just shoot the pellets into its mouth. So I try, I miss. Camel keeps his mouth open. I try and I miss. I think I did that 3 times. Maybe it was just twice. But it's like, lady, I'm not going to deal with you. So it takes its head all the way back up and makes the noise. My face in the video, I'm like...
Right.
My mouth was wide open.
Yes, because the camel is now mad.
Yes.
And it has made a growling, deep, guttural sound.
Yes.
And we're like, oh, we're going to die.
Yeah.
And Kim backs up now.
Yes.
And I'm like, why are we backing up?
I mean... I couldn't believe I had a camel mad at me because I couldn't get the food in its mouth. So then Kim backs up a little bit. Then it comes down again. And I'm like, I gotta do this again. I don't want to do this again. And so then you get this, then it gets its nasty slime face into the car. And I I see the slime, and then it smells. It's,
and you and Christy are like, the smell.
Christy is also an easy thrower-upper.
Yes.
Okay, like she also has a very sensitive smeller and like can easily get queasy like I do. So the two of us in the back smelling this, Christy has her head in her sweatshirt.
And she goes, I just sent vomit back to my stomach.
And I am dry heaving. I mean, I must have dry heaved like 5 times.
And you go, I'm being for real. Which is my favorite thing, because you're like, this is so bad. You go, I'm not joking.
Right,
like,
I'm not
you're
joking.
You're like, no, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay, the smell.
I'm for real. Like, you guys think this is just me being funny? Like, oh, it smells bad. I'm gonna like pretend I'm throwing up. No, like I'm legitimately like potentially throwing up. And y'all just sit there.
And we are cracking it.
Kim's not driving away.
No,
Kim's not driving away, and the two of you, being great friends that you are, sit there laughing your butts off.
Laughing.
You can't stop laughing. Kim's not going to drive.
No.
Christy, one of my favorite parts is when Christy's got her head in her sweatshirt, and then she takes the remaining little bits of food and she just throws it out the window. She's like, have it all!
Yes!
Have it all!
Yes!
And she's like throwing it out the window. Meanwhile, I'm like dry heaving. I mean, I was like, for real. Y'all are going to have to go. I might really throw up in this like zebra Walking Dead van.
I am one of these people who, especially when I'm extra anxious, I just start laughing.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like I'm just laughing uncontrollably, and I'm like, if you throw up, I will lose it.
Yeah, right.
Because also I'm probably a sympathetic vomiter.
Yes,
so if you had thrown up, I would be like, oh, now I'm gonna throw up.
And this is the other thing. Blood doesn't bother me. So I was telling Christy, I was like, this camel could get its leg chopped off right now and blood could go everywhere. And I'd be like, well, that's really tough. Like, well, somebody needs to come out here and help it. That would be fine. The slobber.
And the smell.
Oh.
And we didn't even smell anything.
No, you and Kim did not.
No.
It was so bad.
It was so
bad.
funny.
So now when I see the like wild excursions, you can ride a camel. I'm like, keep your camel.
Yeah.
Keep
No
your camel.
interest.
I do not want to be near a camel. I think for the rest of my life, I'll be like, camel's great. I don't need it. I don't need to ride one. I don't need to feed one. I don't even need to touch one.
Right.
Don't need to be near it.
Right.
I'm good on the camel.
Oh my gosh. Well, we do have a couple of reels out there.
Yes.
From this episode. So you definitely need to check out the social media, because that is one of the reels that
you
people
can see
lost
me
it.
dry heaving in slow motion, I think, at one point.
And we got a picture of the slobber.
Of the slobber. So
Yes.
if you're interested to see how disgusting this camel's mouth was,
Yes.
you can see it.
And then talk about the bus option.
Oh, yes, that's right. So they do have a bus. I guess if you come down as a class, or I mean, you could have a huge family reunion,
Yes.
but they have a real school bus that's also painted like a zebra, and you could put everybody in the bus. So, I mean, that's also an option.
Right.
But I don't think you get as good of a experience
Agreed.
because the animals
aren't that high.
Right, they're not that high.
Like
now,
the camel.
The camel might have been pleased.
Yes.
Because you could have got the food in its mouth easier. But I think it's not as good of an experience.
Right.
The van that they rent to you is the way to go.
That was the way to go.
Because they still get their heads in, you still feed them, but their entire head is not in your car.
Yes, and you're also not potentially getting a dent or a ding or a scratch from an animal.
Now, I will say, though, if you're in a car, you can roll up the window.
True.
If you're like, I'm over it.
Yes.
I don't want to do this at all. Whereas the van, there are no windows.
Right.
So if you run out of food, too bad. They're coming up.
Right.
You better make sure you're not in a traffic jam.
Yes.
Because
and then at the end, we had the walkabout.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So this is funny. There is like it's not a petting zoo, because I thought it was a petting zoo.
Me too.
It's not a petting zoo. It's like a real zoo, but it also looks like Tiger King Zoo.
Yes.
Like it
does.
It's one of those zoos where you think, I don't know, there could be some animals getting out of these enclosures.
And they're not very big.
They're not, the enclosures are not very big.
Yes.
Right, I was going to say,
no,
actually.
The animals were huge.
They were, right.
Yes, but the enclosures were not very big.
A bear. They had like a huge, two brown bears.
Yes.
And I was like, I would not want to live near here.
Right.
Like, I could see one of them getting out.
Totally.
Also, I can't stand reptiles.
Okay,
And so, that humongous crocodile.
Yes.
It's in a very small enclosure. And there is a chain link fence. And there is space between the bottom of the chain link fence and the grass. And I'm like, why am I 5 feet away from this fence?
This is not right.
I am 5 feet away from a fence. No. I backed up so fast when I realized what we were walking past. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and then there were like the flying monkeys, which I did not like.
You did not, but
they
Kim
were
and
creepy.
they were amazing.
They
I
were.
thought they were wild.
They were wild, and they were very like they did a lot of acrobatics.
Yes, they were very energetic. They were on
very
the move.
energetic.
Yes, on the move.
And then the peacocks were crazy.
They were, yes.
Wasn't there an all white one?
There was an all white one, and then it kept following the colorful one around, and the colorful one got mad and ran away. So that was all in the open.
Right.
I mean, I feel like we could have just walked up.
I know
to
you
it.
could have probably just jumped over that little area.
And
And
like,
also, don't peacocks fly?
I don't know.
That's where I was confused too. Like, why aren't
Maybe
they flying at me?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
that made
wild.
me nervous.
Yeah, I can't believe we're this age and we don't know if peacocks fly.
Well,
yeah,
that's true.
you know, there's some things that I just don't know in the world.
That's right. And this was all included in the
price.
Yes.
So again, if you're interested in a wild animal safari, this is the place.
Totally.
I mean, the walkabout zoo with the drive-through safari. I mean, it was very affordable and a lifetime of memories were made that day.
Such entertainment.
Oh,
and
my
this
gosh.
again is where we say, get a group of friends and go do it.
Go do it.
Take some action.
Yes, do fun things. And when people say, "Oh man, I could never do that," yes, you could.
Yes, you could.
Yes,
Just
you could.
plan it and go.
Plan it. Go. Do fun things.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Exactly. You're never too old to go and just have a blast.
Yes.